Hey everyone, before we dive into this story, please consider subscribing to my channel for more content like this. Guess what? We finalized the deal last week. My husband grinned, standing alongside his parents in front of a shiny new duplex. My stomach churned. I used our savings, he said with a casual shrug when I questioned the funds. They assumed I'd be okay with it. Days later, their grins faded into grumbles. This isn't how family behaves. I'm Gloria, 32, a product analyst at a mid-sized logistics firm and mom to a bright, inquisitive boy named Liam. I once thought my life was solid, maybe not flawless, but steady. I had a husband who chuckled at my quips, a job I enjoyed, and a son I cherished. But marrying Connor meant signing up for a lifelong subscription to the Claudia and Victor saga, his intrusive parents who never grasped boundaries. Then there was Haley, Connor's younger sister, who seemed to resent me from the moment we got engaged. When I first met Connor, I thought I'd struck gold. He was charismatic, witty and warm, or so he seemed. We connected at a Chicago business conference, bonding for hours over our shared dreams and disdain for watery coffee. Within a year, we were married. Liam arrived soon after, and that's when Connor's true colors began to show. His parents lived just 10 minutes away, which initially felt like a perk. They'll help with the baby, he promised. They're seasoned, and it'll be great to have family nearby. What he didn't mention was that nearby meant unannounced weekly visits, constant unsolicited advice, daily texts, and judgment about every parenting choice I made. Claudia never missed a chance to critique my cooking, my wardrobe, or my career. Store-bought baby food again, she'd remark with a sniff during visits. I guess not every mom has time to blend her own. She called Liam my boy and once, in front of my own mother, declared he doesn't look a bit like Gloria, thankfully. Victor was even worse. He played the part of a charming old-school gentleman, but his compliments lingered too long, his hand rested too low on my back, and his humor had a sharp edge. You should smile more, he murmured once while I scrubbed dishes after a Sunday meal. Women seem so stern when they act like they're in charge. I didn't smile. And Haley? She despised me from the start. Maybe it was my degree, my steady job, or the way Connor loved me in a way she couldn't control. Every time I spoke, she'd sigh. When I baked cupcakes for Liam's birthday, she took a bite and said, "Store-bought might have been better, but points for trying, I guess." I stayed polite for Connor and Liam's sake, but politeness only works when it's mutual. They didn't care. They wanted dominance. After Liam's birth, things escalated. Claudia and Victor started showing up every weekend, uninvited. Sometimes they brought food. More often, they brought laundry. I'd end up washing their dishes while Claudia commented on my new mom attire. Victor would watch from the couch, smirking. Connor thought it was all fine. "They're just helping," he'd say as I swept up crumbs his father left behind. "They're trying to control us," I corrected. "They love us," he insisted. No, they loved him. I was just part of the deal. I set a boundary after one unsettling visit. While I was breastfeeding Liam in the nursery, the door creaked open. Victor stood there, staring silently for 3 long seconds before muttering, "Oops, didn't realize," and slowly closing the door, his eyes never leaving me. That night, I told Connor. His response? "Dad's just oblivious. Don't make it a big deal." Something in me broke. From then on, I refused to visit their house and locked the nursery door when feeding Liam. It didn't stop them. Claudia still treated me like her personal assistant, barking orders, "Make some tea, warm up the casserole, clean that spill." Haley would toss her dirty clothes in our hamper and act oblivious. Even Liam, barely 2, started hiding when their car pulled up. Around this time, Connor's behavior shifted. He'd snap his laptop shut when I entered the room, whisper on phone calls, and spend hours on errands that didn't add up. Receipts revealed trips to tile stores, lighting shops, and real estate offices. When I pressed him, he'd wink and say, "Working on a little surprise." I grew uneasy, not suspecting infidelity, but because his excitement seemed too smug. "What's going on?" I asked one evening. "You'll see," he replied with a grin. That Saturday, he woke up early and whipped up pancakes from scratch, something he never did. It was a red flag. "You're in a great mood," I noted. "You'll see," he repeated. Then came a knock at the door. Claudia stood there in a cream dress with oversized sunglasses, Victor with his usual smirk, and Haley filming us like she was capturing a viral moment. "Hope you're hungry," Claudia chirped. "We've got something special." I glanced at Connor, who avoided my eyes. "What's happening?" I asked. He just smiled. "Come with us. It's a surprise." 10 minutes later, I was crammed in Claudia's SUV, Liam dozing on my lap. Victor drove. Haley commented on every passing tree and Connor hummed. They wouldn't say where we were headed. After 20 minutes of tense silence and forced cheer, we pulled into a new neighborhood with polished sidewalks and identical homes. The SUV stopped in front of a modern 2-story duplex with bright siding and twin front doors. "Whose house is this?" I asked, unbuckling Liam. Connor leapt out, giddy as a kid on Christmas. "Come see." Claudia glided out, cooing, "Isn't it lovely?" Victor chuckled. "You won't believe the steal we got." "We?" I asked, my voice flat. Haley aimed her phone at me. "You'll want this reaction on video." Connor stood by the doors, arms spread like a game show host. "Gloria," he beamed, "this is our new home starting today." My heart plummeted. I knew whatever came next wasn't a gift. Connor's voice rang out, expecting cheers. Claudia clapped, Haley hooped, and Victor glowed with pride. I stood frozen, Liam wriggling in my arms, his tiny hand gripping my sweater. My pulse raced. Connor jogged over, still grinning. "Come on, babe, want to see inside." "What do you mean, our home?" I asked slowly. He laughed. "It's ours. Surprise. We closed last week. You, me, and Liam get the left side. Mom, Dad, and Haley get the right." I blinked. "You bought a duplex?" "Yeah," he said, like it was obvious. "Two families, separate but close. It's perfect." My body screamed in protest. "You didn't tell me," I said. "How did you pay for it?" His eyes darted briefly. "I used our savings for the down payment." My stomach lurched. "You used Liam's college fund?" "It's not gone," he said quickly. "It's in the house. We're building equity." "Without my permission?" "It's in both our names," he said, softening his tone. "You can't put my name on a mortgage without my signature, Connor." He hesitated. Haley snorted. "God, you're so dramatic," she said, brushing past me. "It's not that serious." I turned to her. "Wait, were you involved?" Connor stepped in. Okay. We had to act fast. The seller had other offers. You were busy with work and Liam, so I handled it. Haley helped with the paperwork. I signed your name." Haley crossed her arms. "Chill, you would have signed anyway." I was speechless, my ears ringing. Victor chuckled behind me. "It's just paperwork. You're married." My grip on Liam tightened. "You forged my name on a legal mortgage contract." Connor looked trapped. "I thought you'd be thrilled. You stole from our son. You signed my name without consent. And you moved us next to a man who walks in on me breastfeeding." Victor's face darkened. "That was an accident. You never apologized," I snapped. Connor threw up his hands. "Why are you blowing this up? I thought you'd love it." "You're always exhausted. Now Mom can help with Liam. Haley can run errands and Dad can bug me instead." His face reddened. "We're supposed to be a family, Gloria. You're overreacting." I turned, buckled Liam into his car seat, and stood outside, breathing heavily. Claudia approached. "Gloria, sweetie, not today," I said, cutting her off. That night, Connor acted like nothing happened, ordering Thai food and pouring me wine. I stared at it like it was tainted. "So, you warming up to the house?" he asked gently. I didn't respond. He sighed. "We can't undo it. The loan's signed and it's in both our names." I stood and walked to the bedroom. He followed. "You can't stay mad forever." "I'm not mad," I said. "I'm documenting." The next morning, I dropped Liam at daycare and went to the bank. I met a mortgage officer and asked to see the home purchase documents. She showed me a file. "Here's the authorization form with both signatures," she said, pointing to a digital signature page. It looked almost like mine, but the slant was off, the A wrong. Below it was a phone number I didn't recognize. "Is this number tied to the account?" I asked. She nodded. It verified the electronic signature. I snapped a photo of the screen. In the car, I ran a reverse lookup on the number. It was a burner phone Connor claimed he needed for work a month ago. That night, while he slept, I checked his phone. Among Liam's soccer photos and a blurry receipt was a scan of my driver's license. The next morning, I confronted him. "You stole my ID." "What are you talking about?" he mumbled. "You gave it to Haley." "Gloria, not now." "You committed fraud." He went quiet. I walked out. The next day, I called Melissa, a college friend turned lawyer, and told her everything. "That's document forgery, identity fraud, and unauthorized financial use," she said. "He could face jail time." "I don't want jail," I said softly. "I want my name off the house and Liam's savings back." She sighed. "I'll draft the report, but if they push back, you may need the police." That night, I cooked dinner calmly. Claudia arrived unannounced. "Just checking in," she said. "You seem stressed. Want some tea?" "No, thanks," I replied. "Sit down." Haley slunk in, followed by Victor, who sprawled on the couch. Connor entered last, looking uneasy. "Everything okay?" he asked. I smiled. "Actually, yes." They sat like it was a family meeting. "I'm not fighting you on the house," I said, setting down my glass. "Keep it." Connor blinked. "Really?" I nodded, then laid out the bank documents, verification screenshots, and mortgage agreement. Haley paled. "You're joking," she muttered. Victor sat up. Connor stared at the papers like they were on fire. Claudia raised an eyebrow. "What's this?" I met her gaze. "I filed a report. The police will be here in 20 minutes. Silence hung for 10 seconds. Victor laughed. "You're bluffing." I didn't waver. I detailed the unauthorized use of my ID, the forged mortgage, and the drained college fund, complete with names, dates, and screenshots. Haley's voice broke. "You called the cops on your husband?" "I called them on the people who stole from me," I said, standing firm. "Connor's one of them." His face drained of color. "Gloria, can we talk privately?" "Too late," I said. "You made it public by involving your family." Claudia stood. "You're tearing us apart." "No, I'm stopping you from tearing me apart." A knock at the door silenced them. Connor paled. I opened it calmly. 2 officers, 1 male, 1 female, stood there. "We received a report of document fraud and financial misuse. We need to speak with everyone involved." Connor stammered. "It's a misunderstanding. My wife's upset. She didn't know about the surprise." "Sir," the male officer cut in, "we need you at the station for questioning." To Haley, the female officer said, "We have evidence you may have impersonated someone in a legal transaction." Haley looked to Claudia, who turned to me. "This isn't what family does." "You never treated me like family," I replied. At the station, Connor and Haley were separated. Melissa met me there with my statement in a steady voice. "They'll likely confess," she whispered. "People like them crumble under pressure." She was right. Within an hour, Haley broke down. "I didn't know it was illegal," she sobbed. "He said it was a formality." Connor played dumb. "I thought Gloria signed." I didn't check, but his phone records, digital signatures, and the ID scan told a different story. The DA was ready to press charges, but I asked Melissa for alternatives. "I want my name off the mortgage and Liam's savings restored." We negotiated restitution, mortgage transfer, and a non-contact clause. In exchange, I dropped the charges. It took a week, but they agreed. Connor sold the house at a loss due to a market dip and early penalties, barely breaking even. To cover restitution, he sold his car, cashed out investments, and still fell short. Haley borrowed from Claudia and Victor, who were furious. She had one job, Victor reportedly said. Their tight-knit family fractured. Connor moved in with his parents. Haley stayed in the empty duplex, paying rent to a management company while trying to salvage her online image. No one bought it. Claudia came to my door once, makeup smudged. "I didn't know they went that far," she whispered. I didn't let her in. "I believe you," I said, "but I don't trust you." I shut the door. I filed for divorce the day the house sold. Melissa ensured my name was cleared from all financial ties. I moved Liam's savings to a trust fund in his name, accessible only by me until he's 18. When the divorce finalized, I felt nothing, no relief, no joy, just calm. A month later, we left the city. My company let me work remotely, and I rented a small house near my sister's 2 towns away. It's modest but peaceful. Liam adjusted quickly, never mentioning Connor. He drew pictures of Mommy's new house with a dog we don't yet own and a tree shaped like broccoli. One evening, I came home from the store and found Liam on the couch, watching a cartoon. He looked up and smiled. Mommy, are we safe here? I froze. What do you mean, baby? He shrugged. Nobody comes in without asking. You don't cry in the bathroom anymore. I knelt, hugged him tightly and whispered, yes, we're safe. We sat under a blanket, the quiet wrapping us like a shield. People sometimes ask if I regret it. I don't. They revealed their true selves, and I finally paid attention. With Liam by my side and a future free from their control, I can breathe again, not because I escaped, but because I chose not to stay.